Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana, known as Beautiful Disaster Nails on Instagram and on YouTube. For today's video, I will be doing a mani using the sparkling colors. The three on the left, Delicate Glow, and this one, it's essentially their delicate milky white, but it glows. Then you have Outdoor Movie Night, which is a purple base with pink opal. That one glows as well. And then you have Halloween Glam, black base with purple opal, and that glows as well. So these three are from the October VIP box. And then I'm adding in, which I thought was a nice addition, Under the Sea, which was a summer sometime sub bag. I think it was like the mermaid one. And the decals I'll be using today is from coco decals. It's called This Is Halloween, and I've cut out the Jack and Sally decals that I wanted to use. Now for liquids, this is going to be also a review on Double Dip liquids. This is my first time using their liquids, and I've heard great things and I'm super excited to try it out. FYI, I do get dip flu, so I wanted to also test out if this gives me dip flu symptoms. I always start off with the lightest, darkest color. And let me go ahead and give this a little stir. I have pale base on my nails, and the first coat of base will dry super fast. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and apply a layer of base and let that dry if you can. I don't let it dry too long where it's completely dry, because then it takes too long because there's no activator to make it dry. So I do go in with a coat, and then shortly thereafter I'll go back in while it's still semi-wet, and then I'll go in with my second layer of dip base, and then I'll dip. Now just looking at the consistency, it seems pretty thin. So, and I do smell, there is a scent, I do smell it. It's not overpowering or anything. So with my first application, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it one thin swipe on my entire nail, and I'll do that for my ring finger and then my middle finger before I dip it in the Delicate Glow. Liquids go on pretty thin. I'll go ahead and give that a minute, and then I'll come back and dip. While I was waiting, I went ahead and gave each of my other nails a swipe of base coat. Now I'm going to go in and dip my first layer of white. Per the instructions on the Double Dip website, give it 10 to 15 seconds before you brush off the excess. So I'll come back. I can dip 2 fingers in 10 to 15 seconds. That's too much liquid. This goes on really thin. You don't need a lot at all. And it's pretty much almost dried. Since these liquids dry pretty fast, they're already dried, I'm just gonna go ahead in with a stiffer brush and brush off any excess there. Now these liquids are going to be more on the fast drying side. Since it's 10-15 seconds you can brush it off. That's pretty fast drying. And I'm just wiping off my brush on a napkin before I put it back in the bottle. I'm really actually very happy that Sparkle sent a 1 ounce jar for the white glow, the delicate glow, because I do reach for the delicate color quite a bit when I don't want a stark white. I want just like more of a milky white. The next color I'm going to go in with is Halloween Glam, and I'm going to apply it on my index finger. I like to tap down on my opals, and I'm gonna still brush off any excess, and I'm not gonna be too worried about the opals coming off because I'm gonna get it on the second dip. I'm tapping my jar so that the opal can rise to the top. But I did miss a little bit in the cuticle area, and I'll probably do one more coat to cover that. With opals, you can just lay your finger in the powder, and I think that's what I'll do so I can get the majority of the opal in my next dip. I got quite a bit. I don't really need any more, but let me just go in with one more coat so I can cover the little missing pieces in the cuticle area. Poured in the rest of the powder because I don't want my nail touching the bottom. I want the powder to act as a cushion, kind of like a cloud, so then you're not disturbing the liquids. I haven't often used fast drying liquid, and I'm pleasantly liking it a lot. At the beginning, I needed more of a slow drying. When I first started doing my nails, I need more of a slow drying liquid to give me time to like clean my cuticles because I was messier. I'm still messy now, but my application is a lot more cleaner, especially on my non-dominant hand. When I'm doing my dominant hand, which is my right, it's all over the place. It's a hot mess. I'm gonna do outdoor movie nights for my thumb. And this jar, it's a 1 ounce jar. It is large enough for me to lay my fingers down. So I'm not going to need to do the pour over method. I still can, but I'm not going to. The reason why you want to brush off the additional powder really well is because you don't want to contaminate your dip liquids. So for glitters, you will want to lay your finger down flat. This is a thinner glitter. I might be able to get away with dipping it in the jar, but I'll just go ahead and use the cupcake liner just because it's glitter. These liquids are very thin, so I'm just going back and wiping off the brush as much as possible. Look at that blue, holy moly. I have, I'm a subscriber to Sparkle & Co.'s sub bag, and I don't use the colors that come in monthly like I should. So this is my first time using this blue, and it came in it's sometime in the summer. It was a summer color, and shame on me, I haven't even used it once. Well, up until now, I guess. Glitter is so pretty, but dang, is it messy. That's why I dip my glitters last, by the way, so you don't get it all over your solids or your other colors, because it'll fly everywhere. These colors are stunning. They're so pretty. I love glitter, but look at this mess that it leaves. This is actually clean for me. Usually I have glitter all over my mat. All right, all my fingers are dipped. That actually didn't take long at all. I really enjoyed the base, and again, very low odor. I hardly, I smell just a little bit, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow. I'll finish up this video and I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I have any symptoms. Hi there, I'm back. For total transparency, I did my nails last night, and I decided to just activate and finish up my nails today, the next day. And then after I activated it, the activator took a minute for it to harden my nails, which is like super fast. Not only is the liquid dry fasting, the activator is dry fasting as well. So I enjoyed that very much. I did not have to buff one bit. The glitters and the flakes and even the white dip laid pretty flat. All I did was I cleaned up my cuticle line a little bit, and also I followed the free edges and sharpened up the tip. And I lightly really just buffed this white color. And I didn't clear cap it. Usually I clear cap if I'm needing to kind of buff the surface of the nail, or encapsulating glitter and then buffing it for smoothness. But in this case, I did not have to do one bit of it, so that saved me a step. Now I'm gonna move right into applying the decals, and then I'll encapsulate, activate, and top coat everything all at once. I have my decals cut out. You just wanna cut out all the white areas of it. I have my bowl of water. I always use my Poshy stamper, which I love, love, love. And last but not least, I always use my Maniology sticky base coat. You're gonna need some acetone or activator. I use a cleanup brush. This is just a flat cleanup brush. And then I also have on hand a orange stick to clean around my cuticle. And don't forget the tweezers. Now what you're gonna do is put the decal. Look how cool this decal is. I think it's gonna match pretty well with these nails. I'm glad I added in that blue glitter. But taking this decal, you're gonna put it color side down, and then you're just gonna wait until the water gets all absorbed. It absorbs the decal 100%. While you're waiting, apply your sticky base coat, because this is gonna take a little bit of time to dry. I only do one nail at a time, so I apply a normal nail polish application of the sticky base coat. And you need it to semi-dry. What I mean by that is, let me close this up. When it's glossy like this, that means it's still super wet. And when you apply a decal or a stamp, a stamping plate on it wet, it's just gonna slide right off and it's not gonna stick. So you're gonna want for it to be kind of semi-matte. I don't wait for it to dry 100%, but I will wait for it to about 15 to 20 seconds for it to kind of be semi-matte. Right now it's still a little glossy, so it's still too wet, so I'm gonna wait. Now, while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna get my decal ready. The other thing you're gonna wanna have on hand is a little bit of a napkin or a lint-free wipe. So take your decal out, and then you're gonna slide it with both fingers. And if it slides out like that, it shows the backing, that means it's ready. So taking your napkin, I'm just gonna blot on both sides to remove the excess water. And now I'm going to lay my water slide on my stamper. And what I like to do is I kind of rub it just a little bit and I slide it off. And if you haven't seen one of my last videos I did with the coco decals, the paper is a little thicker, if you will. So if you're patting it, it's not going to lay down. My sticky base is semi-dry already, so I can tell because it has more of a matte finish. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to pat this decal down as much as possible. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna see where I wanna lay this. Ooh, butterfingers. Just let me turn it this way so I can see a little bit because of the glare. So I'm gonna push it all the way down, and then I'm gonna rock it back and forth a few times. And then the decal should stick to the sticky base. Then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna pat it down a little bit. And I'm gonna take my finger, I'm taking the decal and kind of like fold it around the free edge. Now, because this is a thicker paper, it's not going to fold all the way. So this is the little trick with her decals. Taking my acetone, my orange stick, and my cleanup brush. These are the things I'm gonna need next. First, taking the flat end of your cuticle stick, you're gonna push the decal into your cuticle so you can kind of get that fold. That's your first step. Okay, now I'm gonna take some acetone dipped in the orange stick, and now I'm going to, I'm not saying cut, I don't know how to say it, but I'm pushing it in to my cuticle, and the acetone that's currently on the orange stick, it's going to melt off the extra decal. And at the same time, it's going to seal it in. A lot of people who are new to her decals, they're not accustomed to the thickness of the paper. But what I like about it, what I've learned to appreciate, is that if there are wrinkles, I'll sit there and I'll kind of stretch it until I remove all the wrinkles. And with other decals, if you stretch it, you're going to rip it. That's just how decals are. They're a little more delicate, but her paper, I don't know what paper she uses, it just kind of like withstands a little bit more tugging, if you will. So don't get frustrated, it's just different. I'm gonna hold it down right here so that the acetone can kind of seep through and kind of slice a little bit through that decal so I can cut it off a little easier. Okay, now taking my brush, I used the orange stick to get around my cuticles, but now taking the brush, I'm going to melt off the free edge, and it's going to seal that puppy in. So I work side to side, and then I get the tip last. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not worried too much about cleaning up the melted areas. I will do that last. I'm gonna fold, when I get the sides, I'm gonna kind of fold the tip a bit and kind of pat underneath. I'm not patting the edges because it's gonna take off color. I'm gonna pat the bottom so that it seals the bottom, and then I'm gonna clean up the rest in a little bit. Okay, so I have a little bit more cleaning to do, which I'll do, but I wanted to show you, I just spilled all my acetone. But I wanted to show you, so far, this is what I have. taking it out, putting it face down. You can slide it right off. And this is a pretty sturdy decal, so I'm gonna move it around a little bit. Let me see if I can remove the wrinkles. There's not much wrinkles. Now you see right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's not close to my cuticle enough, so I'm just gonna take the decal and move it up a little bit. And I would never do this with any other decal except for 𝓝𝓏𝓽s because they're not resilient enough. That one I just kind of moved and it didn't rip. Okay, so and it is done. Yeah, she's a little crooked in there. That's okay. She's still looking at him. Now we're going to encapsulate. I'm going to take my Pure Diamond Clear from 𝓲𝓲𝓵 Legacy. I tried these liquids yesterday, and the next day, which is today, I'm filming this, it did not give me any 𝓤𝓲𝓵 symptoms. Even though I had reported there is like some, there's a light, very, very low odor. I can still smell it. My nose is like really sensitive to pretty much everything. But yeah, it didn't give me any 𝓤𝓲𝓵 symptoms. I'm very happy about that. I have other videos that I've done with encapsulating the decals in gel. Feel free to check it out if you want to see how I do that. If your top coat is ever cloudy, make sure that you're brushing off the additional powder before you activate and top coat. So I brushed it off, and then now I'm going in with a stiffer brush and I'm removing any excess. Now let's activate. I'm going to activate all of them. I don't think I need to buff at all actually, because it's super flat. There's nothing to buff. Let's do this one more time. And then I'm going to wait 1 minute per the instructions, and I'm going to go in and top coat. Let's talk liquids for a second. Now that we're approaching winter, the weather may affect the performance of the liquid. So if you're in like a colder area, or your hands are colder, or it's just a colder area in general, you're going to want to warm up your liquids in your hands first. Just warm it up, and then it should perform a little better for you. In general, let's say if the activator takes like 90 seconds to dry in normal, warm conditions, but in the winter, it may take up to 3 minutes. So just FYI, okay? Now it's been well over a minute now. I'm gonna go in with my first layer of top coat. Per the instructions on their website, all you need is a thin 2 to 3 quick swipes, and then wipe off your brush on a napkin. So that's what we're going to do. There is a smell to this top coat. It's not bad. Low odor, I would say. I'm just wiping off a lot of the liquids on the cap, or on the rim, I should say. Sorry, I have to do 3 coats on my thumb because it's a little large. Now, what the instruction says is go back immediately and do a fuller, more extensive, detailed application. So let me do that. It says immediately. There's no waiting involved. So what that probably means is that the activator cures the top coat, hardens it rather quickly. Yeah, it's dry. So if it's dry, I'm not going to even go in and wipe off my brush on a napkin. Here's a time you would go and cap your free edges. And now drying time should be about 2 minutes. So let's reset, and then I'll come back in 2 minutes and check for drying time. It's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. We have 30 seconds to go, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the liquids. So I did smell some odor in the top coat, a little stronger, not by much, than the base coat. The base coat, last night when I used it, this morning I had no dip flu symptoms. Now I'll wait to finish editing this video tomorrow and have it up on my YouTube channel, but that's a total of 2 days that I'm using these liquids, over 2 days I should say. That should be ample time to see if I develop any dip flu symptoms. Now it's been 2 minutes, and now let's go in and check our nails. Hear the tapping, it's cured and it's dried. What do you guys think? I do have to say I am enjoying the VIP colors from 𝓟𝓪𝓲 for October very much. I'm also really glad that I added this blue glitter to pull out the blue hues in Jack and Sally's face. So that was like a last minute ad. I really like that I did that. They all glow, so I'll insert a clip right after here. Now let's talk about the liquids. I bought the 5 liquid system, which is the Prep and Prime, base, activator, top coat, and the brush saver. I purchased this out of my own pocket. They were not sent to me. They were not sponsored, anything like that. And I wanted to give you my honest review. Takeaway for me is that I really like these liquids a lot. They did not give me dip flu. Again, if the top coat gives me dip flu tomorrow when I'm finished editing my video, I'll make sure to insert a clip. But if you don't see any updates from me on the top coat, that means I got 0 dip flu symptom, which is amazing. The base coat has a teeny tiny odor. Activator, very little. You know, activator will always smell. And the top coat, it had a little bit more of an odor than the base. All in all, really liked it. They are fast drying. You can brush off your excess powder after 15 seconds. It's already set. It's amazing. The Activator is very, very fast setting as well. A minute to cure your powder underneath. That is crazy good. These are really good if you've been dipping for a while and you don't need that extra time to clean up and have a cleaner application. Starting out, I would have hated these only because I didn't move fast enough. But I'm a year into dipping my nails and I actually appreciate the fast drying liquids a little bit more. Now I'll always go to my slower drying liquids such as Risen Legacy, only because there are certain things you still want slow drying. For instance, if you're doing an ombre, you want additional time to tap that glitter on. If you're doing color blocking, you want something that sets not too fast. This will become part of my regular rotation. I actually really like these. And how stinking cute are these pink caps on it. I will wait until tomorrow to finish this video to see if I have any symptoms from the top coat, because I did smell a little bit more of an odor, not by much, a little bit more than the base coat, and the base coat did not give me any dip flu symptoms. So if there are other liquids that you guys want me to try out, just leave me a comment below. I am on my adventure, if you will, to try out the many different dip liquids, specifically things that are low odor and odorless. If I already have it, I'll do a tutorial. If I don't, I'll put it on my list to potentially buy in the future and do a review. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this tutorial. I love trying products, giving my first impressions, reviews, things like that. I will catch you guys on my next video, and take care. Have a great day. Bye.